Hello, I've just seen all the little bits caught in my beard that I'm trying to just clean away. Embarrassing way to start a live stream, but I'm not looking at myself in the mirror so much at the moment, being on section. But yeah, life says life says a lot of things at the moment. But the one that looks like a certainty for the coming week or months is a level of fight and sensitivity to the fight. So it's not about force, because I don't have strength, but it's about summoning to get me through. Right now, I've got some physical health problems that are knocking me out to a certain extent. I haven't been able to do much today other than lie in bed, unless I'm focused, and there's not much to focus on when you're on a mental health ward. It's meant to be spacious, it's meant to be put the patient in some space where they're able to not think about their everyday problems, and within that we can tend to find some sort of therapeutic meditation element that's therapeutic, and that's what I've found helpful in the past. But at least for the past 2 hours, it's a rewind to a few weeks ago of what I was going through, and it's like I sit in one position, I can't sit in that position for long. I lie in that position, I can't lie in that position for long. I can't really walk, and it's this constant dance through the day. It hasn't been that bad over the past couple of weeks, or at least I've been slowly finding my strength again. And today it was like, just for a little while, life said, right, I'm going to up it again now. Are you ready, Gabriel? And my instant response was yes. I knew this was coming. It's not pleasant in any way, but that's what life is saying. I'm hoping I'm wrong how I'm reading it. I'm not always right, but at the same time, the reason I read life is because I'm sincere, and I listen, and within that listening, it's just doing the best thing for me, which is doing the best thing for everybody. And it's like, I'm not trying to cheat myself out of a hard situation. If life says life, I accept it, and I summon the energy, so I'm prepared and I can do it, so I can face what's coming to me best prepared as possible. And at the same time, I've been getting paranoia about how long I'm going to be in hospital for, and I've been giving that no energy, no thought, because it's too overwhelmingly painful. So what I'm saying is a case of to what the day is saying right there and then. I'm not thinking too far in advance, but also having the wisdom of my past to tell me, oh, today's going to be hard, today's going to be hard in this way, and to prepare myself instead of overthinking the paranoia too much because between now and then, the paranoia was like, for the next 6 months, a year. And I just brought it back down to the present moment, which says, right, the present moment is hard. Not thinking about the 6 months that my paranoia was saying, it's going to be like this, that, and the other. I'm focusing on the present. And if the fight takes 6 months, a year, and I can say this, but I know internally on an emotional level it's crippling. It would knock me out if I was to be truly aware of it, but I'm just focusing on the present, the fight in the present, and if it takes 6 months to a year, then so be it. I can't tell you how much it would kill me if the fight went into 6 months or a year, but if it does, it does. It's like that Al Pacino film, The Final Yard. The final is a football coach, and basically in it, he says, we play for the inches, every inch counts. I know that's the best way to endure. It's not about constantly looking, oh, I've got 4 months to go, I've got 6 months to go, I've got 8 months to go. It's about being present in the present moment and saying, right now is fucking hard. Right now is impossible to get through. And then from there, if I'm like that for 4 months, 6 months, 8 months, then so be it, but I've got to be present. And life says, be prepared for a level of upping the intensity. And I'm saying this all with a smile on my face, and it's helping to see myself in that place. Because I know how difficult it's going to be. I mean, there might not be any chance to make live streams again, dancing around the difficultness. But this is what life is giving me, and I am doing my absolute best to learn the lessons along the way. In lessons, then there's a possibility of growth, there's a possibility of meaning to difficultness. So that's where I am. And I keep getting flashes of how the paranoia of saying to me it's going to go on for this long, it's going to go on for that long, could get more and more difficult as time goes on, and all the different ways within that prolonged amount of time it's going to be difficult. But if I know if I just bring it back down to the present moment, having experience of the wisdom that I've learned, so the wisdom due to the experiences I've lived, that's the more accurate way of saying it. If I keep that close to me, even if it does go on for 6 months, a year, that's what's going to get me through. And if I'm not present, if I'm constantly looking ahead of me, I forget the wisdom I have for the present moment. And I know a lot of people have gone through another day, and that's helping me as well, saying that, because that's what I'm finding difficult, is to see my life, see my past, and find the courage to get up and fight another day outside of hospital now. That was what brought me to hospital, really. And if I can continue to learn the lessons, it might give me reason on a personal level as to why and how I'm going to compartmentalize my life due to my schizophrenia, so that I can overcome that massive mountain I've got in my past and be there somehow in the future for myself, for others. Again, because at the moment that's not really there. It's a bit of a fragmented, abstract concept that doesn't really have any grounding, and it's a case of, or is that what it means to be human? Being there for yourself and being there for others first, rather than my current future, which is kind of empty on those levels. Like I know many of our relationships can get. And if we're talking about having meaning, we're talking about being as childlike as possible. When we're as childlike as possible, we're as whole as possible. And I might have gone about this the wrong way because this live stream is helping. What I've been doing is thinking like a child, trying to be a man with a child's mentality, but it's not. It's to be a man, to know I'm a man, a mature man, and to try and be like a child as much as possible, knowing that that's an impossibility in the first instance. And what I mean by that is those empty relationships are empty because of my past. If I don't allow them to be empty because of me, because of the present moment me, in the present moment how I choose to interact with other humans, that's also being childlike. I think that's where everything is pointing, because we have to hold the energy of a child's heart that we once, I hope many of us, maybe not all of us, but many of us should have experienced them and be able to remember. And it's about trying to embody that as much as possible in life, to be as whole as possible. And I've gone into my head trying to go backwards, thinking about it. And I think I've just got to let it go. Because if I let it go, what comes for tomorrow in a strange way is more of that anyway. I know that might not make sense, but you'll have to hear my words and feel into them rather than think about them. And in truth, that's what I'm saying. Don't think so much. Just know me as a result of the live streams I've made. And be patient and childlike for the sake of being human.